Welcome to Art Focus. My name's Andrea. I'm with the Office of Cultural Affairs. Art Focus is a 30-minute program where we get to talk to our local arts and cultural organizations to hear about all the great things that they're doing. Today our first guest is Violet with Compass Inc. Tell us about Compass Inc. As I look at your website and I see all the things that you're doing, I'm like, when do they sleep?
I don't know.
All the things that you're doing. So for those that aren't familiar with Compass, who are you? What do you do?
So Compass is a music nonprofit organization. Our mission is to provide showcasing, educational, promotional, and networking opportunities for aspiring musicians and songwriters to help them reach their full musical potential, musical and artistic potential. It's a long mission, but it's a good one. We were founded in 2007 by Vicki Lighty, many years ago. Started off as just a kind of small collective of local teachers and musicians. Lloyd Warden, Mike Hagan, Noah Earl, and again Vicki Lighty were some of the original board members, as well as my partner Phil Sean Johnson, who is now the executive director of Compass. And I remember in the early days, Lloyd Warden had pulled me aside. I was going to school at Central Methodist University, and he's like, "You got to know about this organization called Compass and this girl named Phil Sean." And I still remember that whole thing just very vividly, and I love that it was just like a little seed that was planted a long time ago. So I came into the picture in 2012, whenever we kicked off our Compass Music Camp. And that's kind of our biggest program that's been running for over 10 years now. This is going to be our 11th summer running Compass Music Camp. So we started, like I said, as just a small collective. We had a couple songwriter circles and groups that would meet, and then the camp. So fast forward to 2019, and well, I guess 2020 really, when everything shut down, we weren't able to run our camp, and we're just, kind of figuring out what the next steps were. And I'd always had a dream of starting a music school of some sort. This is a dream I've held on to since I was in high school. And the time just kind of felt like it was right. So we just decided when the world opened back up, we were going to be trying to put the energy out there to try to find a space to give Compass a permanent home. Because before that, our camps, the first couple of years we had run them downtown. It was, thinking back to it, still can't believe we did what we did. Because our hub was the Bridge, Columbia Academy of Music, and then our bands would rehearse at Artlandish and at Talking Horse and Rose Music Hall, which was Mojo's at the time. So we'd have kids, all across downtown at bars. It was like, oh my gosh. But it was, it was great. They loved it. They thought it was so cool, So that was our first few years, and then we moved the camp to Columbia Independent School. And it was a lot of work trying to set up, 6 to sometimes 7 band rehearsal spaces, and one day was pretty much how it worked. So we had always kind of had this long-term dream goal of opening a building. And so fast forward to, I guess it was beginning mid-2021, Hillel, we were made aware of a space that Hillel was renting out of the other side of their building on University Avenue. And as soon as we walked into those doors, we knew it was the space.
That was the space.
It just felt like a school already. It was perfect. And ironically, actually, the School of Music had been in there. They were the previous renters before the pandemic. So it already kind of had that energy. You could just tell there was musical vibe in the going. Space. It needed a lot of work. The carpets were not in good shape. It did not smell very good in there. But we just trusted that it was going to happen and that it was meant to be. And so we signed the lease not really knowing how or what we were getting ourselves into. And we announced a community fundraising campaign. And we were able to raise over $60,000 from the community to get a kind of jump start. And all around that same time, Veterans United was also in the middle of their 10-year celebration, where they were giving out $10 million to various nonprofit organizations in the area. And so we were one of the recipients of that award. And it was just an incredible blessing. There's no way we could have made this space happen without Veterans United Foundation. Absolutely no way. I always love down to the dollar. Compass spent $6 on our construction.
Oh my gosh!
It absolutely just covered the cost of construction. So that was just a great affirmation that this was meant to be. It all just all the pieces just continually fell into place. And And so since we've been open, we opened in June 3rd of 2022. And since we've opened, we've expanded our programming beyond Compass Music Camp. One of our bigger programs is intergenerational rock band choir.
Love that.
And we've actually got a big showcase coming up next Sunday at the Blue Note.
Okay.
This will be our 4th semester that we've run it now. And it is it's a super fun project. It's a choir of all ages 8 to 80. And rock band that backs the choir, and we sing songs from the last many decades, so from all the way from the 50s up till now. And so that's one of our bigger programs. I'm talking a lot. Should I keep going?
No. This is wonderful.
Great.
So I remember we had hired you to do our Columbia Values Diversity Celebration, so you did that. And then we also have you coming up at Stevens Lake Park on May 2nd with a younger group, which we are very much looking forward to that. I love seeing the kids up there. They had such a passion about them, and they seemed like they're having so much fun, and the energy with the group was just, I love seeing the older and the youngers together. That was just, that's
it's
fun.
so special, you know, and that's not just that program, but a lot of our programming, we do try to keep it open to all ages, and it's been really beautiful to see the relationships that are formed in that way. I started a songwriters club last year, and you know, we've got middle school songwriters, and then there's like a 60-year-old songwriter, and they're sharing songs, but they were able to find our commonalities, and then also you know, seeing the innocence of a young songwriter.
And kind of gives the older ones a little bit an opportunity to mentor, or maybe the younger ones mentor the older ones that don't quite know the things.
Yes,
and so
I've seen both of
mutually beneficial relationship.
Yes, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful.
That's great. So do you have fundraising events? Is there things that we can do to help you grow as an organization?
I mean, Como Gives is kind of our bigger fundraising event that we do each year. This last year was our second year that we did Como Gives. We're always actively fundraising in some way, I suppose. But if somebody's interested in giving, you can go to compasscolumbia.org. We have 2 different ways that you can give. So one thing that that was really important for us when we opened the space was to make music accessible to everybody. And so we started a Music is for Everyone fund, which it goes to our scholarship program and provides partial and full scholarships for private lessons and for our programming. So right now I believe we have I think we have 5 or 6 scholarship students who are taking lessons at no cost, and our lesson program just continues to grow, which is so exciting. We started off with 1 teacher and I think maybe 3 students, and as of just yesterday, we have 73 private students coming in through our program. And we have the best teachers. I just love our teachers.
And the passion shows. I mean, I could tell that you are in this 100% or more. And I love that. I love your energy about it, and I love what you've been able to do. So is there any, so we talked about the school, we talked about your camps and your lessons and the classes, and you also do concert series on occasion?
Yes, we have a touring artist listening room concert series. So we have a stage within our space called the Listening Room. Is kind of how I love the way it transforms, you know, from our IGRB Intergenerational Rock Band Choir rehearsals to having the touring artists come in. You know, we're still trying to, I think we're almost into the flow of how our semesters work, and so this is how it's looking like. We're booking the series in fall and spring, and then we'll be taking a break in the summer. So we won't have any concerts for the next few months, but starting in August, we will be hosting an artist named Danny Schmidt, who's just an incredible songwriter, and then we're bringing back Chad Elliott with his musical partner. They go as the name Weary Ramblers, and that'll be in September. Still working on the rest of the year, but yeah, it's primarily songwriters that come through and play for just once a month. Yeah.
I love that. I love everything that you're doing. It's just so exciting to see the kids. I think you did recently a petting zoo?
Yes, an instrument petting zoo. So that's a partnership with Mizzou Hig Day Community Outreach Program. And they actually brought that idea to us, and because they were looking for a space. They do it, you know, pretty often. I think maybe every semester, every few months. They've done it in various locations, but they asked if we would be interested in partnering with them for that. So that last one we did, I think, was our third one now we've had, and it is an appropriate name.
Yeah.
It sometimes sounds like a zoo when you've got, 6-year-olds blowing into a tuba.
Sure.
And, we got cellos, electric guitars, drums, the whole thing. It's so much fun.
Sure. And, I could see kids being a little intimidated by some of the instruments. It's like, am I afraid to pick it up? How do I use it? But then at the same time, it introduces them to so many different opportunities. And I love that they get to, and for the parents too, it's probably like, test it first before you commit. And see if
we've
you
had
like
parents
that.
also test the instruments too, all ages,
yeah.
It's just for them to just get their hands on it and see what it feels like. And it's really, I love seeing I call them the repeat customers, who go back to the same instrument. They're like, oh yeah, that really resonated with me, which is so beautiful for them to get to experience that, and then, they'll dream about it and eventually it'll happen.
Yeah, and make hopefully a career out of it.
That's right.
That's wonderful. Okay. Well, thank you for everything. Is there anything else that you want to talk about that we haven't covered?
So we've got some camps coming up this summer. We have 2 new camps that I'm really excited about. One is the first week of June called Sound Explorers Camp, and that's going to be directed by Logan Garner, who's our all-star music therapist. He just officially got certified at the beginning of this year, and he's going to be directing this. It's a camp for ages 6 to 9, similar to the instrument petting zoo, just introducing kids to music and different musical concepts. So lots of fun musical games and activities. And then the second week camp I'm very excited about, Little Rock Stars Camp, which is an all-girls rock camp.
I love that.
For ages 7 to 11. So we're going to have little ones rocking out.
That'll be fun.
Yes, it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah.
And then we're introducing a variation of our songwriting camp. We've done a songwriting camp the last 2 years, but this year it'll be directed by Lucy Goldberg, one of my former students who's going to school at Belmont University right now, and has been soaking up all the musical knowledge, and she's really excited to bring back what she's learned and then teach that too. It's a camp for ages 12 to 16 songwriters, intermediate songwriters. And then we'll have our big camp in July 15th through the 21st, where we put them all into bands and they learn how to become independent musicians. We do all the things.
Do all the things.
Yeah.
I love that. Because there's so many facets that they can learn, not just, the tech side, besides just playing the instruments and everything else. And so the opportunities that you're providing is amazing. And I love the fact that there's scholarships available for those that may not have that opportunity otherwise. So it's wonderful. Thank you for everything you're doing. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for your support.